telekinesis in a movie is just weird. This stuff is not real. Just watch. I'm going to show you it's not real. It's like Starlacon. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Christian Horror here. Welcome to another Surviving the Sequels, where today we're talking about Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. This video is for remembrance of the late, great John Carl Buechler. May you rest in peace, but we're not here to be sad. We're here to celebrate your life and the love that you've given to all of us horror fans. And today is your day in my book. Today is John Carl Buechler Day, and we're going to remember Friday the 13th, Part 7 with today's video. So today's video is going to be 5 reasons why you need to watch this movie, and we're going to get started right now. Reason number 1. The music in Friday the 13th, Part 7. You know, in Friday the 13th, Part 7, we were introduced to another composer who came in with Harry Manfredini's music. That was Fred Mullen. Part 7 has one of the coolest themes I've ever heard, with that piano descending piece when Jason's starting to become resurrecting throughout the water and Laura Park Lincoln is getting all crazy and she's starting to make the water bubble and that theme starts hitting. It's some of the coolest music in the entire Friday the 13th franchise, and Fred Mullen came in, picked up where Harry Manfredini left off, and gave the Friday the 13th movies a new element that was much to be desired. The second reason you need to watch Friday the 13th, Part 7, and we're just going to get right to it, Kane Hodder. That's right, Kane Hodder. There are a lot of great Jason actors. Kane Hodder, one of the only guys to come in and do such a good job and love the part that he was back for the next movie. Kane Hodder is the most identifiable Jason, arguably, in the entire series. Kane Hodder's Jason is the most guttural, the most animated, the most scary, the most fierce Jason in all of the Friday the 13th movies, and arguably his best performance ever in one of these films was this movie right here, Friday the 13th, Part 7. If you want to see a creepy Jason, if you want to see a mean Jason, and if you want to see a Jason that's got the chest of a wrestler, this is your movie, Friday the 13th, Part 7. Enter Kane Hodder. The third reason you need to watch Friday the 13th, Part 7, and this is a good one for me, is the characters. In Friday the 13th, Part 7, I gotta be honest, while this may not be my absolute favorite of the franchise, it is arguable that some of my favorite characters of all time are in this movie. You've got the great character that Laura Park Lincoln plays, where she's got the telekinetic powers. You've got the evil Dr. Cruz, who is one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise, and I think he's actually a fan favorite. Dr. Cruz is evil, he's manipulative. He gets what he wants. He lies to his patient, and to get this power that she has on book so he can become this famous doctor. Dr. Cruz is a sick son of a gun. All the rest of the characters that are at the houses, whether at the party, you've got the nerd, you've got the bitch, so to speak. You got the more fun girl, you got the more nerdy girl. They really level this out really good. You get a good level of people in this movie, a great level of characters, and I gotta say, I liked every character in this movie. You know, there's a couple characters in each Friday the 13th movie you may not love, you may just kind of not like seeing on screen, but Part 7, I gotta give it up. The characters in this movie were fantastic. I loved everybody in Part 7. Fourth reason you guys need to watch Friday the 13th, Part 7 is the kills. Up until this point, Jason more or less played it safe. He did a lot of brute killing, he did a lot of physical killing with his hands, machetes, axes, pickaxes. Very brute, very basic, but in a good way. Part 7 is where we get to see Jason get a little bit more creative. We get a weed whacker, and probably one of the most iconic kills in the entire franchise, the sleeping bag. You know, the sleeping bag has a great story. The MPAA couldn't stand that kill, and Jason apparently swung him against the tree multiple times, and the MPAA kept cutting it down until eventually they got it down to one swing. But now it's become this most iconic kill in the whole entire Friday the 13th franchise, and it's easy to see why. When he swings that girl against that tree, you feel it. Kills are probably one of the most most important reasons you need to watch this movie. If you're into crazy kills and slasher movies, Part 7 will not disappoint you. And the fifth reason you need to watch Friday the 13th Part 7, and probably the most important to me, is bringing a new element to Jason and not Jason to a new element. What I mean by that is, we have seen Jason go to Manhattan, we have seen Jason take bodies and swap bodies and go to space, and while we all know and love those movies, it is pretty arguable that the best we see Jason is in Camp Crystal Lake, when he's hiding in the woods and he comes out of nowhere. What they did in this movie was very smart. They brought a new element to Jason. It wasn't just Jason versus camp counselors. We had a telekinetic character fighting Jason in Jason's element. While that may have looked strange on paper, it turned out to be one of the most iconic battles in slasher movie history, where Lar Park Lincoln's character faces Jason in one of the most explosive battles in the entire franchise. We've got Jason's mask ripping off and seeing his ugly face. We got Jason resurrecting from the water. We got Jason going down flights of stairs. We've got all kinds of insanity in this movie, and this is almost like an action film. I mean, it is wild. And Lar Park Lincoln's character gave Jason arguably the most incredible, toughest fight he has ever gone through in the entire history of the Friday the 13th franchise. Go back. I think Lar Park Lincoln may have gave Jason a better fight than Freddy did. I'm serious. So that's 5 reasons you guys need to watch Friday the 13th Part 7. I didn't love it for the longest time, but I'm starting to really appreciate what it did. A movie to have a Part 7 is not a good sign to begin with. How many ideas can you come up with 7 times for the same type of movie? John Carl Buechler was able to take a Part 7 of a horror franchise and not only make it good, but make it absolutely great. We have John Carl to thank for Kane Hodder. We have John Carl to thank for The New Blood, and your film and legacy will live on forever. I don't think there's a soul that thinks The New Blood is a bad piece in the Friday the 13th franchise, and that is a testament to you, sir. So thank you for all your hard work and dedication, and your films will last forever. There it is, guys. 5 reasons why you need to watch Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. And I'll give you a 6th reason. Bad News Cruz. Did I already mention him? I love Bad News Cruz. Alright, guys. Rest in peace, John Carl. I know I love you. I know everybody watching this video loves you. And we will see you again someday.